this will be my observation over crisis plan. But I guess I got, not only did I get to discuss the crisis plan, but I also got to participate in a actual security audit from the district. So that was kind of one of the things that I did from my observation. Not just talk about the crisis plan. Obviously, we touched on the crisis plan, but I actually got to participate in a full security audit from the district, and my assistant principal actually let me sit in on it, and run through it, the whole process. So that was kind of a really opening experience for me. Just going into the crisis plan planning, one of some of the concerns or questions that I had going into it was basically some questions I had was who assigns the role to develop the crisis plans? Is that from the principal? Is that the district level? Kind of curious about how that goes about. As a principal, I kind of want that person in charge of that to kind of have get a strong background in that. Another question I had: do you have to actually develop the crisis plan on your own? Is there some kind of template? Is that something you have to do from scratch? Is there more to it? I'm sure there's something that the district provides you with to actually create it, but yeah, I'm curious if that's something you actually have to do from scratch because I don't know how confident I would be in that regards. Question three would be how do you decide who's on the crisis team? I feel like if I have special people on my campuses that are strong in certain areas, I would like for them to be involved in the crisis team. Really curious to know how the actual process of choosing the crisis team itself is decided or kind of picked or chosen. Next question is how do you assure people are doing what they're supposed to be doing when it comes to safety? Like how do you hold people accountable? Like how do you know each teacher and each person part of the team is taking it seriously, is acting on the best behalf, or obviously we do these trainings and things like that, but I mean, some issues I would see would be like teachers just kind of blowing the drill off. It's just drill guys, things like that. So I'm kind of interested in how they keep people accountable for doing what they're supposed to be doing. Next question is how often is the crisis plan reviewed and revised? I'm assuming they at least look at it once a year, but I mean, is there issues? If there's an issue throughout the year or during a drill or something like that, do they come back right away and fix it or address it right away, or what's the process for that? The next question is what do you think would be your biggest obstacle for your crisis plan in the event of an emergency? When our school is designed, we actually have kind of the auditorium or the pool right next door to us. So I kind of think that's kind of a cool area to head over for shelter if need be. But we also have neighborhoods, open fields right by us as well. And we also have our feeder middle school right across the street as well. So we're kind of surrounded by certain things. And the bus barn is also right next door in that auditorium, which is all walking distance to us. Just curious of what the biggest obstacle when planning the crisis team or escape routes or anything like that. What do you think the biggest obstacle would be? Next question would be Have you personally gone through any crisis at school, emergencies? I mean, if so, what do you think went well as far as the crisis team, or what are some areas you can improve in? I think this is basically just a self-reflection question. I think I'm just curious to know how do you think the planning for the actual crisis team went in the event of the actual crisis itself? So I'm just curious to think how well the planning went for a certain crisis and what went well, what would go well. And next, these are a couple questions I had about the security audit in general that we're going to discuss. Um, how far in advance do you usually prep for a security audit? Um, is that something the district usually tells you or gives you a heads up on? Um, Also, how often is the school audited? Is that a yearly thing? Is that kind of once every 3 years? Is that, I would assume that's a yearly thing. Just with this day and age, all these schools going through catastrophes, I would assume security would probably be number one, a yearly thing. But also resources is kind of an issue there. If you don't have the manpower to do it, it's kind of hard to do it yearly. Just curious about that. Number 10, my last question is if there are any infractions during the security audit, what is the protocol to get them fixed? So, um, as we walk the building, or if we're doing something part of the security audit and it's not in there, or if it's something we need to get done, what are the guidelines or what's the steps to get it done? Is someone come back and recheck on you? Is there an accountability system that's actually in place, or is it just, hey, you need to get this done, we're expecting you to get it done? Or is there an actual process to, all right, I mean, back in 2 weeks, this needs to be get done? Kind of curious about that. What's the actual accountability system there for that? All right, so I actually got the copy of the security audit here for our school, which is really cool. This is actually just the rundown of the whole process that we went through. Obviously, we touched on the crisis plan and things like that. So I'm basically just going to run down my experience with it and things that were eye-opening, things that I could have done good, or things I could have done better for the most part, or things I could have improved on for sure. Basically, they started with the sit-down conference. Who was present in the meeting? It was the assistant principal, myself, since who's in charge of the emergency management, and that's again my assistant principal. What do you believe to be the most pressing safety need in your school? Continuous training for the new addition to the building, keys throughout the building. So we recently had a new addition to our building, and I guess she thinks just making sure people are well trained, making sure people know the escape routes, and making sure everyone's aware of their updated, keeping their trainings updated for that new area, and making sure kids that are probably not aware of that area or that are caught in that area in the emergency, in the event of emergency, that they're properly trained as well. So, what school safety activities does your school do best? Effective drills and timely feedback to ensure continuous improvement. So our admin or our assistant principal, for the most part, she's really good about taking notes and addressing any kind of tidbits that we could improve on or do better for the most part during those drills. So, for instance, say she's really good about accounting for all students. So when we do a fire drill, each each teacher has an emergency card with a red or green card. If all your students are present, each teacher will hold up the green card if all their students are present. If they're not present, they hold up a red card, whether they're out with another teacher, intervention, being pulled out for some kind of reason, or at the nurse or things like that. They hold up the red card, and the assistant principal kind of gets on the walkie, make sure that person is accounted for, and we'll go around and do the process of the walkie-talkies and make sure that student is actually accounted for. So what do you believe are the biggest barriers to improving school safety measures? She was really good about talking about this, the unknown. Just can't plan for the things we know. We can only plan for the things we know, but things are always changing. Ensuring teachers are taking things seriously and doing what has been asked of them. And I believe that was one of my concerns of the questions that I had previously. Just making sure teachers are taking their job seriously, taking these drills seriously. Again, no one actually hopes that they use these crisis plans or things like that. So it's kind of, I think that was a really good answer as far as a barrier to improving your school safety. It's just the unknown. You can't plan for it. It's hard to come by. Concluding statements. It says suggestions, recommendations. You can comments throughout. Critical issues and concerns. The auditor observed no critical issues and has no immediate concerns at this time, which is a really good job on our part and our assistant principal's part. Accommodations. Ms. Mendoza's, our assistant principal is commended for her attention to detail with regard to safety and emergency planning. Her willingness to accept recommendations and best practices is greatly appreciated. And she was well prepared for the audit. She was all top of her game as far as being prepared for the plans and things like that, which she's always good at. Summary comments to help improve the overall safety and emergency practice at Holly Elementary School is recommended the campus implement and maintain the best practices. And safety and security audit guide is recommended the school fire safety guide be reviewed by all staff members and compliance verified by the administrative team on a regular basis. Alright. So they started with the intruder assessment. Again, this is where I believe an officer or a district officer kind of tries to gain access to your school using the exterior doors. We did, we got 100% on that. Let's say all the exterior doors were locked, no contact with staff or students were made. So, it's always kind of one of the scarier things with the intruder drill or intruder assessment that, we train our students to make sure that they don't open the door for people that they even don't open the door, period. And for the most part, I believe that's how we train our students on our campuses. Don't open the door for anyone, student or teacher, regardless if they have a badge or not. We tell them to don't open the door, send them to the front office and make them walk around, because making them walk around is worth whatever danger you put yourself in by opening that door. Emergency operation plans. this is just a questionnaire base. It was checked yes or no, and then just comments below. So, does the campus have an emergency operation plan? I guess that's our crisis plan. Yes. Is it reviewed and updated? Yes. At least annually? Yes. Does our facility personnel, including auxiliary staff, trained on the plan at least annually? Okay, this is probably one of our areas we got slapped on the wrist for. And we said no because when we do our trainings, the comment says to ensure that auxiliary staff, like custodians and cafeteria workers, are included in this training because they're part of the campus as well, so they have to account for them. Is the plan stored electronically? Yes. Where is the plan stored and who can access it? The AP has it stored electronically, and it's recommended that she kind of shares that document with everyone who's part of the crisis team or emergency operation plan team. Do administrators know how to access the district emergency operation plan? Yes. Maps and diagrams. So this is basically the escape routes that are in the classrooms and things like that. Also, HVAC systems, things like that, fire extinguishers, AEDs, roof access. So, is there an aerial photo of the campus? Yes, we had one in our emergency plan. It says location of HVAC shutdown. No, we didn't have that. It says add map to plan that details critical system shutdowns, HVAC, water, electric, gas, things like that, as well as roof access points. Location of roof access points, no, that wasn't on any of our maps. So those are kind of the areas that we probably need that will be addressed. Location of fire extinguisher and fire panel. No, those aren't on our actual fire escape routes that are in our classrooms. So that's kind of where our area of weakness was for this drill for the most part. It says add a maps plan that details fire extinguishers and fire panel locations. Check with lead custodian as they may have a copy of this map already. So, that's something we addressed already. Making sure we have our fire extinguishers and fire panels labeled on those maps. Command structure and training. Is the incident commander designated in writing? Yes. Is there a line of succession designated in writing? No. Designate the campus line of succession in writing in the plan. So this was kind of where I found very interesting because not only did they discuss the kind of hierarchy of who's in charge, obviously the principal and the assistant principal, and then the auditor brought up the point of what if y'all are both off campus, the crisis happens here, who kind of takes the reins on that, and then she just recommended that we actually have that in writing, kind of the order of hierarchy of who's in charge if this person's not here or that person's not here, which is very reasonable to have in writing, just so there's no confusion of authority and things like that. Our lines of succession exercise during the drill. Yes. Is the crisis management team designated in writing? Yes. Our backups designated for the members of the crisis management team? Yes. Does the plan include written job description for the crisis management team? Yes. Have all campus administrators completed required NIMS training? Yes. Training completed certificates are on file. Does the EOP contain a single consolidated resource list that details training, social skills, and the language spoken? Yes. Okay. Drills and exercises. Basically, all of the drills that we run through are addressed here. So our fire drills conducted monthly, yes. At least two of each: lockdown, lockout, shelter in place, shelter for hazmat, shelter for medical, conducted each year, yes. Or at least two tabletop exercises conducted each year, yes. Are all drills documented and submitted to the emergency management office in accordance with established timelines? Yes. Are drills announced in advance? Yes, they actually are. Who are the drills announced to and why? So we usually announce them to our special pops, which is our sales class. But just fire drills, that way we alleviate any student issues, students panicking, running out, things like that. So we do announce fire drills to them just to alleviate any student issues. Um, our written after action reviews develop following drills and the actual incidents. Yes. Information is typically shared via email. Like I said, she's really good about sharing any things we can improve on with the staff. And she's good about following up with another drill just to make sure we improve on the area she wants us to improve on. So her special is really good about that. Vulnerable populations. Our staff, students with special needs identified in the plan? Yes. Does the plan include their accommodations? Yes. Our primary and backup staff identified to assist those individuals? Yes. Evacuation sites. Have primary and secondary evacuation sites been identified in writing? Yes. Like I said, we have a lot of pretty big district, so there's a lot of available resources to evacuate to. Are our points of contact and phone numbers maintained for those sites? Yes. Parent-child reunification plan. Is there a written plan that outlines procedures for child and parent reunification? Yes. This plan assign roles and responsibilities to specific members? Yes. How does the campus maintain emergency contact cards for students? Yes, they're on file. I believe with the nurse. This part of the security plan or the security audit was kind of eye-opening for me, just in the event of an actual emergency or crisis that our reunification sites are kind of like our maybe district basketball gyms or field houses or things like that. And when they were discussing this in the actual audit, they talked about the protocol for that. So for an emergency, if there's an emergency on campus and we have to evacuate the kids, they were discussing that being able to release students and parents, or releasing the students to the parents. But the auditor was saying that if it's an unsafe environment or the time is not right for them to release it, that they are not able to release the child to the student because it's unsafe. And for the most part, that the school has a responsibility to the student. Even if the parent is trying to get them back, they have to make sure that when they get them back to them, it's actually safe and stable environment for parents just to run wild up into the school or the unification side and just try to grab their kids and go. So that was really interesting to me when they were talking about that during the audit. Communication systems. This is can the faculty PA system will be clearly understood in all areas of the campus, including playgrounds and portables. Yes. How many locations of the PAs can be broadcasted from? I believe 3. How many handheld radio does the campus have? It says 11. Do all areas on the campus have radio coverage? Yes. Do all areas on the campus have adequate cell coverage? Yes. Does the front desk have a physical emergency panic button? Um, we said no. This is actually one of our things. We actually have the Raptor emergency button. It says staff is trained on the use of the Raptor emergency button. I believe it's like a silent button within the check-in system, kind of background check system. Um, Says no action required. We don't have an actual panic button per se, but they said the Raptor emergency button is will suffice. But yeah, that was another eye-opening moment for me during the security audit that you don't realize from the teacher perspective. It says, where is the campus analog phone line located? It says we currently don't have one. Does the campus have up-to-date calling tree? Yes. So basically that's the in event of emergency, the kind of the tree to communicate everything that needs to be communicated. So principal, contact team leaders, contact their staff, and so on and so on. Accountability procedures. Is there a procedure in place for accounting for students during emergencies? Yes, like I talked about earlier, we talked about the red and green cards, making sure everyone's accounted for. Is there a procedure in place for accounting for staff during emergencies? Yes. Is there a procedure in place for accounting for auxiliary staff? Yes. Usually that's separate on their own, but they are accounted for when they do have drills. Is there a procedure in place for accounting for district staff on campus at the time of emergencies? This one was no. This is also one of the areas we got, I guess, recommended that we had a plan in place for. It says ensure that accounting for district personnel visitors is part of overall emergency accountability procedure. So we can, my assistant principal and I were both kind of like shocked in this area that you don't realize it when you're planning for these things. What they wanted was to account for any visitors that were on campus, including parents, central office people, district personnel, things like that who are visiting. And what we implemented was that we had the receptionist grab the sign-in log at the during a drill, and that way that's our kind of our accountability system, making sure that everyone that signed in as a visitor is accounted for as we do any drill or an emergency at all. So that was actually very beneficial or adequate skill that I took from this audit as well. So is there a procedure for place or accounting for visitors? Again, like I said, we just implemented that. Are all these procedures in writing in the EOP? Yes. Is there a written key control policy? Yes. Are there written policies or procedures for managing deliveries? Yes. Visitor management. One of our, like I said, the Raptor systems does the EOP include visitor registration procedures? Yes. Are hard copy visitor logs maintained by campus? Yes. Do entries include arrival, departure time, reason for visit, destination information? Yes. Are logs reviewed for accuracy at a predetermined time each day? Yes. Is the Raptor system consistently utilized by the campus? Yes. All visitors required to produce photo ID. Are all visitors issued a Raptor badge? Yes. Were visitors observed during the audit prominently displaying their Raptor badges? Yes. Are badges collected upon departure? Yes. Was the auditor required to follow visitor management procedures? Yes. Awesome. So this is actually my first time. I guess I knew what the system was. Is actually knowing the name of it, of the Raptor system. So that was kind of cool. Just learning about the system in general. It was just the background, where they do background information, where they scan your ID, making sure you're safe to be in a school. So another beneficial point for me doing this operation of the security audit. Signage warning that the facility was located within a drug, alcohol, tobacco, weapon-free zone posted? Yes. Was no cell phone use posted within the school zone? Yes. Were signs posted marking entrances and exit driveways, visitor parking, staff parking? Yes. Was a sign identifying the campus visible and in good repair? Yes. Were signs outlining visitor protocol posted on the exterior door? Yes. Access, were all exterior doors locked? Yes. Were gates leading to play areas, HVAC systems secured? Yes. Was the fencing good repair? Yes. General exterior landscaping, was it trimmed? Yes. Sidewalk and hardscapes free from trips hazards? Yes. Campus free of areas that continually hold standing water? Yes. Campus grounds free of trash, debris? Yes. Is the campus free of graffiti and visible acts of vandalism? Yes. Fire hydrants readily visible and accessible? Yes. Exterior lights in good repair? Yes. Staff reports sufficient exterior lighting? Yes. Trash dumpsters located away from the building and kept neat and sanitary? Yes. Playground areas properly maintained? Yes. Temporary buildings, we do have portables still on our campus. That's just because they haven't been taken away. They're with the new addition, they're empty currently at the moment. So we talked about that. Just to access our portables properly identified with the numbering system. Yes. Or portables doors kept locked? Yes. The portable buildings have appropriate skirting, denying access beneath? Yes. Or portable doors equipped with the side lights or peepholes to permit exterior viewing? Yes. Do portables have fire extinguishers? Yes. Do portable buildings have fire evacuation? Yes. Another area was just signage again. Is directional signage posted throughout the facility for front office, clinics, and AEDs? Yes. Are all building exits designated with signs? Yes. Are all exit signs illuminated? Yes. Are all exit signs maintained in proper working order? Yes. Are signs posted on exit doors reminding students not to open them for outside individuals? Yes. Are signs posted on exterior doors reminding that doors should never be propped open? Yes. Does campus have a door numbering system? Yes, we do, but we got knocked for the our new additions that we just added. Again, their doors have not been numbered yet, so got to put in a work order for that just to get that fixed. Design. Does the campus have a security vestibule? Yes. Does the campus have a teller window? Yes. Does the campus have video intercom? Yes. Is the front entrance monitored by receptionists? Yes. Do windows facilitate the monitoring of the front entrance for your student drop-off area and visitor parking? Yes. General security. Are occupied classroom doors closed and locked? No. Kind of one of the slaps on the wrist that we got during the audit was as we were walking the building, the auditor would just check random doors, and we had observed, the auditor observed and make sure locked and unlocked doors. We reiterated with teachers the importance of ensuring that classroom doors are locked. So, yeah, it's from the teacher perspective, they always tell us to lock our doors, and again, that's just one of those things that you as a leader hope that teachers are doing right and taking seriously, making sure their doors are locked, even if it's inconvenient. Safety is again number one as a school system, making sure they have a safe place to learn. So, again, that was one of our knocks. Just some of the doors were not locked on our campus. Are unoccupied classroom doors closed and locked? Yes. Are custodial closets, storage rooms, and mechanical spaces locked? Yes. Are hallways and common areas supervised during classes changed? Yes. Building evacuations. Again, there's maps posted in all classrooms, offices, and common areas. Yes. Maps primary and secondary evacuation routes in different colors. Yes. Do maps depict weather shelter locations? No. We got knocked on that. Sure, updated maps include weather shelter locations. Do maps indicate a point of origin? Do posted maps contain legends? Are posted maps readily interpreted by faculty staff? Are all egress routes clear, not partially or completely blocked with furniture? All yes. Quick reference: emergency kits. They're posted all in all classrooms. Guides consistently located, visible, easily accessible location. Guides utilized in all drills. Classrooms all contain go bags and emergency folders, recurrent student rosters. All yes. Access to hazardous objects and materials. Yes, where sharp objects such as knives is properly secured throughout the prep facility. Yes. Again, chemicals, cleaning agents, custodial supplies properly secured. This custodian made a copy of the current MSDS sheet for campus. Ladders, mechanical equipment, electrical panels, all secured and locked. All yes on those. Confidential, sensitive info, medical record supplies. Basically, this is just the nurses' assets where they were all confidential, sensitive information stored properly, where medicines properly secured, where the AEDs properly inspected, and all yes. Access to valuables, where staff valuables properly stored, prevent unauthorized access, yes. Do staff members all have the ability to secure personal belongings and values? Yes. ID badges. Where campus staff observe properly displaying ID badges. Or observe displaying visitor badges. Where district staff observe properly. Yes. All yes. Fire extinguisher systems, all fully charged. Do the extinguishers have current inspection tags? Are extinguishers accessible? Was fire panel free of fault system lights? Does campus have an intrusion alarm system? Does campus have security cameras? All yes. Kitchen, the cafeteria area. Is the helping a chicken victim signage posted in the cafeteria? Are hand washing instruction supplies located at each hand washing sink? Does the kitchen have a type K extinguisher? Does the Ansel system have current inspection tags? Oh yes. Elevator, we do not currently have an elevator, so that did not apply to us. So that was kind of the end of the security audit. Just run down with the paperwork and all of that. But again, I was really grateful for the experience, just going through the process of actually seeing what a security audit entails, seeing the actual work that's put into it. I think this is one of the more beneficial observations that I did just say that I've had with security audit under my belt. It was a pretty lengthy process. I believe it was like roughly 4 hours to do the whole thing, just to walk to school, do the interviews, go through all the paperwork of the binders of the security plan, emergency plans, and things like that. You know, I think it was very eye-opening experience just to see the things that you don't see from a teacher perspective that you need to see from an administrator or leadership position. So I think that was very very useful for me moving forward.